今日も探索に来ます。
Hi, I'm Kate Roy, one of the producers of the Doctor's Pharmacy. Last year, Dr. Herman sat down with Dr. Sarah Hallberg to discuss the groundbreaking results of a study she published examining the impacts of a low-carb, high-fat diet on type 2 diabetes and why it was largely ignored by the media and medical community. Before diving into the episode, let's listen in on a conversation between Dr. Herman and author Nina Teicholz about the study and about food politics.
One of our colleagues, Sarah Hallberg, just published a paper on diabetes. Now, that's a condition that in medical school I learned once you had it, you got it. There's no reversing type 2 diabetes. Type 1 for sure not, but that's an autoimmune disease. Type 2 is really a disease of carbohydrate tolerance. And in this study, which is remarkable, showed by using a very high-fat diet with lots of saturated fat, you literally could...
頑張ってますね。
Reverse 60% of type 2 diabetes in a year. You can get magazine, news, breaking science, and 100 million.
Hi, I'm Kate Roy, one of the producers of the Doctor's Pharmacy. Last year, Dr. Herman sat down with Dr. Sarah Hallberg to discuss the groundbreaking results of a study she published examining the impacts of a low-carb, high-fat diet on type 2 diabetes and why it was largely ignored by the media and medical community. Before diving into the episode, let's listen in on a conversation between author Nina Teicholz about the study and about food politics.
One of our colleagues, Sarah Hallberg, just published a paper on diabetes. Now, that's a condition that in medical school I learned once you had it, you got it. There's no reversing type 2 diabetes. Type 1 for sure not, but that's an autoimmune disease. Type 2 is really a disease of carbohydrate tolerance. And in this study, which is remarkable, showed by using a very high-fat diet with lots of saturated fat, you literally could reverse 60% of type 2 diabetes in a year. You can get 100% of people off the main diabetes medication, which potentially is harmful and is going to lead to heart attacks. And you can get people off insulin or dramatically lower insulin, 94% of the people. That is unprecedented. And the average weight loss was 12%, which is unheard of in dietary studies, or about 30 pounds. This is radical, and yet it's not mainstream. It's not something that doctors usually recommend. But there's an increasing awareness of different kinds of diets that actually restrict carbohydrates and increase fats. And they actually help with certain metabolic conditions, and we're seeing this across the board in terms of diabetes, obesity, even things like cancer, liver disease, Alzheimer's, autism, epilepsy, brain tumors. I mean, it's pretty interesting. This data is starting to come in at a rapid rate. Now I go on Amazon, look at the best-selling books, and a lot of them are ketogenic diets, which I find really fascinating.
Yeah. Well, and I just to emphasize one of the numbers that you just said about Sarah Hallberg's study. That was at 1 year, 60% reversal. Okay, that means they no longer have a diagnosis of diabetes. There was zero mainstream press coverage of that study, which should be, if 60 headline news, we can reverse 60% of our nation's diabetes in a year. Yeah. Everybody ignored it. Just speaking to the politics of this field, when I talk about my work or my book, yes, it's about science, but really the story here is really about politics, right? I mean, this is really so much more about politics than it is about science, because as we see, the science is ignored so much of the time, and that is politics. And the story of Sarah Hallberg's diabetes study is like the current day version of that. So why did this happen, and what's the takeaway? Let's turn now to Dr. Hyman's conversation with Dr. Sarah Hallberg.
I thought the study would come out. It's front page New York Times, cover Time magazine, greatest breakthrough in science in 100 years, reversing diabetes, 60% of patients getting off insulin. But there was one dinky newspaper in Detroit that picked it up under much duress.
Right. So, it goes to say that it's hard to push back against the status quo, because you're right. I mean, this is a landmark study, right? I mean, reversing a disease that we thought was not reversible in not just anecdotes here and there, right? This substantial, large, clinical trial. And it just goes to show you that pushing back against the status quo is going to take some doing.
It's too much to study my husband. The industry shows that there have been crickets from medical community. It's just the most bizarre evidence of resistance. It's psychological, it's political, it's economic.
It's status quo, yeah, and there's a lot of intellectual bias. This is what we've been recommending for our patients with type 2 diabetes for years. Why would we change? And the answer to why we would change is that things keep getting worse because our recommendations make no sense.
back to that original idea of it being a chronic and progressive disease, and just how terrible it is that that has been pushed out not only on Americans but the globe for a very long time. You get this disease and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no going back, and that paralyzes people. It takes away their hope, and it takes away their control. And so, as we move forward to looking how we can touch and reach more people, the idea of just allowing people the knowledge that this is something you can't reverse, you can back out of type 2 diabetes, empowers people, it motivates them, and we just need to at least agree and embark on that very first step. Number one, reversal is possible. There are several ways to do it. You need to choose the one that's best for you, but most importantly, the idea of reversal is a discussion that needs to be had with every patient who struggles with type 2 diabetes and their healthcare provider.
The secret sauce seems to me the ongoing level of coaching, support, and monitoring that keeps patients accountable, connected, and actually able to succeed.
You really have to surround a person with support, because making a lifestyle change, let's face it, right? I mean, it's hard. A lifestyle means that it doesn't matter what phase of your life you're in or what you happen to be doing that week, that we can work this into the life you're living and not try to change that. I think that we're seeing this grow. I think the momentum is behind really allowing patients to take control of their health and reverse out of this disease, and I just think step one, I really wish would be a complete consensus that reversal is a thing. It's possible. I think that we could get agreement from all aspects of experts in nutrition and chronic disease management on that, and we just need to push that into the public arena so that people can be aware, not only the people who are suffering from type 2 diabetes, but the healthcare providers who are taking care of them. Anyone who's listening, who is, I'm sure they're listening to a podcast, they're not hearing this for the first time, but tell your family, your friends, your neighbors that are struggling with type 2 diabetes that reversal is something that they need to discuss. They need to demand to discuss with healthcare providers.
So where can they go to find out about your study, and can they print it and bring it to their doctor?
They absolutely can, and I would encourage them all to go to virtahealth.com. That's VIRTA health.com, and there they can read a blog, which is written by experts in the field. They can have access to our papers and our research and other research as well. So it's a good landing place for more information, and that's right. They should be printing out these papers if their physician is resistant to it, bringing it in and say, I need support on this. By using food as medicine and providing individuals with the right support, we can take steps toward recovery. So if you enjoyed this episode of the Dr. Pharmacy podcast, please consider sharing it with your friends and family. Together we can reverse the epidemic of chronic disease. Thanks for tuning in.
You can't control the cards you picked up, but you totally can control how you play those cards. Welcome to the Doctor's Pharmacy. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman, and this is a place for conversations that matter. And I believe today's conversation with Johnny Butcher will be one of those conversations that really matters to you. Why? Because most of us haven't really taken the time to think about how to create a real vision for our lives, to create a map for how we get what we want, or even to believe that we can get what we want for a while, which most people don't have. So Johnny and I are an extraordinary couple. I met them recently, and they have an extraordinary life. They've designed themselves to be exactly what they want, to do the kind of work they want as artists, to create the kind of family they want. It's not the typical family, to have an extraordinary relationship after 30 years, to really knock it out of the park in every area of their life. Other billionaires who have horrible families and relationships, where people have great love stories, but they can't rub two nickels together. There are people who have great lives, but they don't take care of themselves and their health, and they're looking flabby and old by the time they're 40. But John Messina said, we believe that. We believe we can have everything, and we can get what we want. And it's just an extraordinary journey that we're going to lead out, and why they created this extraordinary product, this path, in a way, that I personally have gone through, called Lifebook, which is this life-changing course that gives you through every area of your life, deeply examines your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitudes about it, and allows you to start to think about, how do I create that life that I want? How do I create the vision? That's always perfect. There's always ups and downs, and I think people often think that other people have these great lives, just have it made, they just let it hand to them, they're just like, lucky. But it's not necessarily luck, it's about your thinking, and how do we fix our thinking, and that's what your beautiful program Lifebook helps you do. And they've done this in so many different ways. So many companies that they build, they always come back to the community. They're helping inner city youth, they're helping orphanages worldwide, they're helping with addiction problems through their lifestyle program. So there's so much they're giving back to the world, but I think the greatest gift is the story of their own life, which is inspiring and allows others to say that they're going to do it. So welcome starving artist and not really people sensitive, be evolving and growing in a very an environment that really helps you to succeed. It was almost the opposite, right? Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what it was like for you growing up, and then what was it that helped you shift from being a victim to being empowered? Well, I don't think I ever really viewed myself as a victim. Now easy to do. Now that's sort of the flavor of the moment. That's what everybody's taught. They're a victim because of one thing or another. Back then it wasn't like that. It was just, this is the way life is, and it's not easy, and you just have to do everything to get through it. Which we did, and Miss and I did get together. I was in my 20s, my early 20s when she was 17, and we knew each other for about 5 years before we started a relationship. But childhood was tough. Teenage years were tough. Meeting Missy and starting my relationship was a major turning point. But what led to Lifebook was basically a massive nervous breakdown that I had. It was the first couple of years when I was 30. You were 30, going 30, yeah. I was 30, 31. And basically what happened, Mark, I'll just tell you exactly the story. I was in a board meeting, right? So I was in a product presentation meeting in Los Angeles, a major Fortune 500 company, making a presentation. And I'd been partying the night before, smoking and drinking, with like rock stars, and we had to give you the absolute recipe for a panic attack. I'll tell you what it is. This is the recipe you say for 24 hours, just to party. Like breakfast, like lunch, 3 cups of coffee, 3 aspirin. I don't want to miss making a presentation. You have to talk about it. And I spoke to people that I don't know, on a product that I don't know a whole lot about. I was an investor in this company. Bottom line is, at that meeting, in the middle of this presentation, when I was addressing what I was saying about, I had a full-blown panic attack. First one in my life. Never had that happen to me before. And that just was like, it was horrifying. Have you ever had a panic attack? No. Well, you know it. I've been anxious, but... No, this is like you lose control of your entire system. You can't hear, you can't see, you can't think. It feels like there's a freight train driving through your head. It's absolutely horrifying. And there was no, and that was a crash burn meeting. I had to literally just sit down. It was humiliating, it was horrifying. And I remember coming back to the hotel after that meeting and telling Missy about it. I'm saying, what the hell just happened to me? You were shattered. And it was like shattered as a man. Yeah, it was like, what just happened? I just completely lost control of my entire, and I did it in a public setting. And if that can happen to me once, it can happen to me again, and I am screwed completely, right? Which became self-fulfilling prophecy. So over the next 3 or 4 months, not knowing that there was actually a physiological component, and that if I stopped, abusing my body with poisons, that might help. Yeah. Right? It happened to me about 3 more times over the next 6 months, and it ended up generalizing into an anxiety disorder that left me housebound. Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, you had agoraphobia for about 3 months. I literally couldn't leave the house. I couldn't drive out of the driveway. And that led you to sort of say, wait a minute, what's going on in my life? That's right. Why am I having these experiences? And what can I do? How am I going to get out of this? Your product really probably should have been called Life Raft. It was Life Mud, because you were basically drowning in your life. No, I was getting worse than I was. I was literally dysfunctional. The beautiful thing is that was the beginning of our personal development journey. Right. And you're right, Lifebook was born out of that pain. My dad literally, he was watching TV late night infomercials one night. He knew how, I was like, I had to call everybody that ran my companies and basically say, I am done. There's no transition plan, so you're on your own until further notice. I'm looking over the edge of a really super scary place right now, and I'll give you a call when I'm okay. Bye. And that was the transition strategy. So my dad found 2 personal development programs for me when I never listened to a personal development audio course or read a book in my life about this stuff. One was called Attacking Anxiety by Lucinda Bassett. Do you know her work? Oh, she's the best when it comes to anxiety. And the other was Tony Robbins' Personal Power 2, his great audio course that he made in the 80s. And so my dad gave these 2 programs to me. He said, John, I was just watching TV and I saw these, thought they might help you. And that was our very first exposure to personal development work. So listen to both those programs. They both helped. I got a little bit of a grip. I started making my way back a little slowly but surely from that disorder. Within 6 months, I was relatively functional again, meaning I could drive, I could leave the house, I could do certain social situations. I mean, I was but I was like on the edge of panic all day long. My nervous system was haywire. And that's when I asked myself, how am I going to recover from this? Where am I going to go from here? I'm at rock bottom. You can't get any worse than not being able to. And I think that's when we started asking those questions. Right. We asked in Lifebook, like, what do we believe? How do we want to go? How should we live? Yeah. Really, like, what should we do? So we really deconstructed everything and said, okay, let's take a good look at this. And so the very earliest versions of Lifebook, and Mark, you probably know that Missy and I developed Lifebook for ourselves. We used the system. We used the system for 15 years before we showed it to one person. We never even thought about that. It was our John. Yeah. And then to create the extraordinary life. So here's how it happened. At the very beginning, when we were starting to work our way out of this, and I very much mean we, if I wouldn't have had Missy, 0 chance I would have ever made it through that. So we're working through this. We've got kids. We've got this beautiful relationship. We're trying to build a good life here, and we're in this together. So the first thing we did is we started to identify the categories of life that we would need to really get under us if we wanted to live a great life. Obviously health and fitness. Obviously love relationship. Obviously parenting. Obviously career and financial. There's some obvious ones, but then there are some less than obvious categories that we discovered over the years. Like emotional, spiritual, intellectual, social, overall quality of life. So we spent quite a few years identifying the most important areas of life that we felt we would have to master in order to have the best possible quality of life we could create together on this planet. And that was our goal. Because it's so interesting to say that, because most people don't even think of that as a possible aspiration. How do we have the most extraordinary life on the planet? Yeah. How do we create that? But design that. I mean, Nobody even thinks it's possible.
But I think, Mark, it came from it was just a continuum of the work that I was doing to get functional. It's like,
We're at ground zero.
Right.
With when you had this, debilitating anxiety thing, boom, we're at ground zero. Well, let's start over. It was almost like a
And then let's keep going.
yeah.
Then let's keep going. How far can we go?
How do you create something really awesome? If you're, if you have a clean slate and you can really create it from nothing, it's almost like a.
What do we want that to be?
Yeah. So it's
And that's what we did. And so what do we want that to be? And then, geez, this is working. Let's keep
Yeah.
going with this.
Yeah.
And so it was like, all
I
right.
thought we discovered it instead of invented it.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of both. It came to us and then we'd shape it. It would come to us and then we'd shape it.
So why is it important for people to do this? Like, why should people bother to create life vision?
Because especially in this day and age, if you don't have a clear vision for your life, there are going to be countless gurus and corporations and political parties that are going to be happy to step into the void and fill your vision gap and try to get you to do what they want you to do. Every single advertisement you see, every billboard you see, you go into a grocery store, within an hour you'll come into contact with 35,000 brands. Every single company out there, every single guru. Liz and I have been in the highest level entrepreneurial masterminds in the world, working with the biggest marketers on the planet, and we know that there are millions of the smartest people on the planet out there that spend all day, every day trying to figure out how to get you to do what they want you to do. And they don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. Coca-Cola and Big Pharma and right? So if you don't have a crystal clear vision for the person that you want to become and the life that you want to live in today's society when you're surrounded by so many distractions and so many temptations, you have no chance whatsoever to create an extraordinary life for yourself.
And why do people don't even believe that's important? Like, I mean, because it's so many people walk around, I'm going to create a life.
Right.
And my life vision, I have a goal, and I have a New Year's resolution, I want to lose pounds, or I want to get a good job, or get a little bit better pay, but you're like, no, guys, there's another path here.
I think that it is very recent in human history where you can even ask a question like that. Because, before 1900, our job was to try to stay alive till we're 36, which is life expectancy, and boom, now we can fall over. But I think that we now have the opportunity to ask ourselves a question like that. How do I create an extraordinary life? We have this little thing in our pocket that has the total sum of human knowledge and information in our pockets at the speed of light.
My gosh, a little slow.
I get what you mean. All the information is out there. Our job now is to, number one, decide what we want, and then number two, decide what we need to do to get it. And what else are we going to spend our time doing?
Yeah, that's so powerful. So the things we never learn in life, in school, or from our parents, or from our peers, or our community, are the most important things that we need to know to be happy, right? How to have healthy relationships, how to manage your financial life, how to manage your health. These are like foundational ideas that we kind of learn by accident, if at all, in our lives, and most people end up pretty unhappy and miserable because they haven't been thoughtful or intentional about it. Right. So take us through, for you, what were the sort of insights that led you to sort of come up with these 4 questions, and can you go what those are for each category, and how those work to help people create this life vision?
All categories of life that we focus on are the first 5 are your personal life categories. These are you separate from the rest of the world. These do not require the cooperation of others, like your career. It requires the cooperation of others, parenting, your social life. But these first 5 are you separate from the rest of the world. They're your health and fitness, intellectual life, your emotional life, your character, and your spiritual life. Yeah. Those are the 5 categories that are all you.
It's interesting, you health and fitness, the first category, right? Because
It's foundation.
Health is
It's foundation.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take care of that, it's hard to execute on the other things. It's hard to be emotionally stable,
That's right.
intellectually curious, to
100%.
have a character that doesn't get battered around by ill health, which can happen.
A tremendous amount of thinking went into how to sequence these categories. And you're exactly right. Health and fitness is first for a reason, and your personal life categories are first for a reason. Because until you get your own stuff together, you're not going to have good relationships. You're not going to be able to create that great career. You're not going to be able to move into the world and show up in the way that you need to create the success that you want to create. So those are the first 5, and then we go into the relationships, which are your love relationship, romantic love, parenting, and your social life. Those are the next 3 categories we look at. Then we have the business categories, your career and your financial life, which are very connected but have to be thought of separately. We have, a lot of people who have had incredible careers and completely jacked up financial life, and we can see it the other way around too.
Yeah.
So they're connected but need to be. You need to create a separate strategy for both of them. And then the last 2 categories are your overall quality of life, the house you live in, the experiences that you have, the things that you want to be.
When you live your life.
Create chaos around you, or you
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And then finally your life vision, which is what it all adds up to. So those are the 12 categories.
There's more though. Talk about.
Category 13, our secret category. That's
That's
sexy.
an extension of our love relationship.
We'll make a whole show on that someday. And in those 12 categories, the Lifebook process takes you through 4 questions in each of those 12 categories. And 4 questions are, what do I believe about this category? What are my beliefs that control my behavior in this area of my life? That's an interesting one.
Kind of a big one.
Because everything derives from your beliefs, right? So your choices, your actions, your responses to things all derive from your beliefs, whether they're good or bad. If you believe in limitless possibilities, or if you believe that your life is really constricted and limited and confined, well, that's what you'll end up getting.
Exactly right.
Whether they're conscious or unconscious. Whether
Whether they're true or not true.
That's right. They literally are the things that make your life, that drive your life.
Henry Ford said, if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're probably right.
Right.
And so that's an example of how important your beliefs are. So that's the first one. I want to circle back.
I want to come back to the belief thing. That's a
So what do I believe is the first question. What precisely do I want in this area of my life is the second question. With no fuzziness, with complete clarity. What do I want in my health and fitness? What do I want in my relationship? What exactly do I want for my financial life? And that's really how life grace was born is
not just I want to be financially successful, but I want to make X.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Third question is, why do I want that? What is the purpose behind my vision?
Yeah, because if it's some nefarious purpose, probably not going to work out.
You're not going to get out of bed in the morning and get it done. Your purpose is your fuel. That's going to determine whether or not you are going to drive toward that vision that you said you want.
Why do you want what you want?
Exactly. Very important. And then the last one is what exactly do I need to do to get it?
Yeah.
Strategy. So premise, vision, purpose, strategy. What do I believe?
And they all build on each other. Because first, it's like, what do I believe? Well, whatever you believe is going to be the base of your entire life. And then what is your vision? Well, that's based on your beliefs.
Right. And then the next thing is, well, why do I want that? If I believe that, and that's my vision, I want that, well, why? Because that is the fuel. That's what should feel. Yeah.
And self-limiting beliefs are the thing that keep us from moving on. How do people identify this? Often they're unconscious. And how do you get rid of them?
Well, that's literally the question that we're asked most often during the Life Book program. The first step is to get conscious of it, and that's a very difficult thing to do unless you have a process like Life Book. Because where you end up rooting out limiting beliefs is when you're going through one of these categories, say your financial life, and you're asked to describe what you believe about money,